Okay, after 5 load screens, I finally have everything running. I can play the game. Sorry, I messed with Windows for like 25 minutes trying to get this to work so I could play the game because I needed footage for this video. So this video is going to be a little bit unscripted because I'm feeling really lazy. I have scripts written. I've just been really lazy and I don't want to write. Or not write. I don't want to edit anything because I'm lazy. There isn't many other reasons to it. So yeah, I'm just going to be here talking about more murder drones. Even though my previous videos on murder drones haven't done very good. Stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit frustrated. It took like 20 minutes to get Horizon 6 up and running. Okay, whatever. So I guess for this video, I was gonna do a little rant on So I was gonna do a little bit of an unscripted rant on Murder Drones Insecurity because, as I said in my previous Murder Drones video, I'm pretty hyped for it, and I know this is like 2 weeks late. Sorry about that. I've been doing other stuff, schoolwork, personal stuff, personal life, work-life balance. But I've gotten a little bit more motivation to come back into YouTube again, so there's that. So I guess for Insecurity, they did an update video like 2 weeks ago at the time of recording this, of basically going over stuff and what they're all doing and everything, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm very, very excited. But I'm keeping my hopefulness down to a minimum, because last time I was super hyped for something, it was Bone Lab, and as you guys got from one of my other videos, that was a big disappointment. Another project that I was really excited for was the Vertigo 2 DLC Into the Ether, and then I was also disappointed by that. So I'm gonna try and keep my excitement at a minimum for this, especially because I don't want to overhype myself and give myself too big expectations for this. But I mean, I would be lying if I said I didn't or wasn't excited for what's going on with Insecurity. So I mean, I guess now I should probably get into the timeline that they announced, which is for January. For January, when this released, not January. No, it did release. Whatever. I think it released 2 weeks ago. Anyway, so it released, and they announced that they're finally doing work on animation for the pilot, which is very nice to see that they're now actively working on it. The fact that they're working on animation tells me that the script is done. I'm assuming most of the voice acting is done. So I would say they got all of the background stuff done. So the story is done, the writing is done, the voice acting is done. They just need to do the hardest part now, and the most time consuming, which is definitely going to be the animation. But good thing that they have some stuff to fill in that gap between now and the pilot, which I guess I can go over as well. So from January to June, sorry, driving's terrible. Okay, so from January to June, they're going to be doing character updates of videos for the characters and everything. This is pretty cool. So I'm not ooh, but it's nice that they're putting out content, because the Murder Drones fandom has been getting a little bit stagnant when it comes to new content. It is nice that new content is finally actually releasing, because now that the series has been done for about roughly a year now, all of these projects that people were working on, they're finally like actually starting to really get development done. It isn't just everything is in production now, which is really nice. Which in my previous Murder Drones video, I talked about that and everything, you know, and how there's a lot of projects, but they're still getting work done. So it's nice to see that work is finally getting started and projects are getting finished. So they have from February to June new updates for characters. I'm guessing it's gonna be like YouTube shorts or like short little videos like they did for the update with, I think the guy's name was Dustin. May have been wrong on that. So they did a little update on that and stuff like that. So hopefully we get those soon. And then during that time, they're gonna do a teaser for the pilot in April, which is again pretty rad. It's nice that they're showing off stuff so early into the roadmap, as it gives people a lot to like look forward to, and stuff like that. So it's nice that up until June they're doing character stuff and they're doing the announcement and like a little like snippet of the pilot, as doing this stuff will keep people ticed over and it'll keep people excited, as like something new will happen up every month. So unlike a lot of projects where they get announced and then people forget about them, like Glitch Productions, kind of other shows, hype for Insecurity will not go down, which is very nice. That's very nice to see, and stuff like that, so people don't like lose interest or people forget about it. So in between that time, in April, we're getting the thing. We're getting the update, a little short, and then after that, they're gonna. After that, after all of that, they're gonna announce looks to be a Patreon and a Discord. Pretty sure it's a Patreon. In the middle of June and July. So it's nice that they're gonna have a Discord server up. Stuff where like they can give out updates for stuff pretty quickly, especially for the people who are really into it and are really excited, so they can join it. And that's basically like one of the first things they did when I really like first encounter. I ended up joining the Discord server because you can talk to other people who are just as excited as you are, without, you know, just random posts here and there on like Twitter or something. So I'll definitely be joining that at some point when it comes out. And then we're gonna get a little bit of a gap for July, which is fine. Again, like work is done. Work is getting done on this stuff, all of that. And so that means that in August we're finally gonna get the trailer for the pilot. So this is pretty cool. I really didn't think that they could get stuff done so early for this. Sorry, again, this is all unscripted. I am just throwing shit at the wall here. I had ideas like what I was gonna talk about like weeks ago and then forgot about it. So now I'm like going just like off rip. Anyway, in August we're getting a trailer. That's pretty cool. And I guess the thing that everyone's been talking about, or you know, like probably the main reason why you're here, and the pilot releases in probably like late October or early November. But again, everything here is not like set in stone, so it could be sooner, it could be pushed into December, it could be pushed into like early 2027. I guess now is the time where I probably should talk about the release date as I crash into the car. As I talk about the release date, I am surprised it is happening so early. I don't know if they can confidently hit that late October, early November. I have hope that they can, and I don't see why they would say something like that without, you know, knowing that they could back it up. But animation takes a long time, and these people aren't compensated for their work at all. At least very, very little, I'm pretty sure. So like all of this is just people just doing stuff to do stuff, which is very, very awesome. That's very, very cool. And stuff like that. I don't know. So I mean, I'm hopeful that they'll hit it, but again, I'm not putting my hopes up that they actually will hit that release date, because doing all of that in a year with people who aren't dedicated to this, like Glitch has a dedicated team to this, and these are just random people, you know, working together. No, it could totally be possible. I would get my hopes up. I think they're going to push it back. I think to have this release this year is a little insane. And if it does, I will be very, very surprised. I'll be very, very shocked by that. Thanks, Benji. You ruin all my recordings every time. Every time I record. I can't go one recording. Okay, anyway. But yeah, so I mean, like, the fandom has a lot of stuff to look forward to. I mean, for me at least, the Shift AU is getting a voice rendition, an audiobook, and apparently, like, I'm assuming, like, Chapter 2 is being worked on. Or, like, I guess Book 2 for Shift is coming. Or maybe it's being worked on, I don't know. First Encounters, next chapter is releasing, like, sometime around here in spring. I don't know when, but they said spring 2026. So, that I'm pretty hyped for that. And then Security is going to be releasing by the end of the year. So maybe Shift will release sometime in June and July, maybe, with the voiceover. So, and then First Encounters are releasing, next chapter is releasing, like, early this spring, and then by the end we have Insecurity. So, I mean, hey, the fandom has a lot of stuff to look forward to. I think when all of this stuff comes out, people will stop asking for a season 2. Because I think a lot of people, they're asking for a season 2, not because the show or Murder Drones genuinely needs a season 2, even though I think it would totally benefit from a season 2. The problem now with Murder Drones and a season 2 is just where would you go from here? And there isn't many options you could really take about with that. And I think that's a big problem, and why I don't think Liam will ever do a season 2. Maybe they will, and I would love to see it, but I think fans would just be disappointed as it isn't what they were expecting. So I'm hoping that when all these fan projects come out, people will get their Murder Drones, like, content fix, and people will stop fucking bugging Liam about that shit. Because when people bug you about stuff, if you guys know Jonachrome, when people bug creators to release something or to make something, it gives them bigger lack of motivation to actually make it. I don't know if people understand that, but that's the way it goes with a lot of creators. And I wouldn't be surprised if Liam was any different in that regard. But yeah, there's just tons of stuff to look forward to. I'm pretty excited. I mean, this year's pretty much laid out for me for what I am able to see. And I'm quite excited. I am very excited to see what is done, what people are going to do, you know, stuff like that. I don't have much else to say. I could try and figure out other things to say. I am working on other videos, so if you guys like this trash content that I'm making, because I'm super lazy right now, yeah, feel free to do that, or whatever. But yeah, I have, like, a script done for a horror, like, thing, and then I'm starting another pretty big script, for a childhood series that predates SMG4. I'm not gonna go into anything more of that. You guys will just have to wait and see, but that's a big project. I'll probably have a lot of projects in between then. And that big video, because it's a big video. I mean, I've only started it, it's already like it's like almost 2,000 words already, which is roughly like half the size of the other script that I did that was super big. But again, my editing skills I don't think are good enough to edit a video that big without me feeling disappointed in it. So I'm going to be trying making like smaller videos. Not as in depth as it was with like First Encounter, but just talking about stuff I wanted to talk about. Like this one, you know, I wanted to talk about Insecurity a little bit because I'm very excited for it. And all the stuff that's going on, you know, because I'm still fascinated with Murder Drones. I have not gotten rid of it, and I've been reading stuff too. Like I've been reading through Mafia Drones. I know some people aren't gonna like that, but I've been reading that and I like it. So I don't know, maybe I'll make a video at that. But yeah, so I mean the roadmap here is pretty cool. There's tons of content. Scissorlock Studios seems like they know what they're doing. And stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know really what else to say. I mean, there's a little bit of like what I think about Insecurity and some little updates and stuff like that. I'm very happy that this fandom is getting content, because I think out of other fandoms out there that have done stuff similar, mainly Undertale, I think Murder Drones community is a lot more like willing to actually finish their projects. Because there's been a lot of communities where there's lots of creativity and people creating series and like, you know, animated films and stuff, but they always get started but are never finished. And with, you know, with productions like Insecurity, I think this just motivates people to actually finish the projects that they work on, which is really, really cool. I'm not saying that every single fan project for Murder Drones ends up getting finished, because there's definitely tons that are not getting finished and never will be finished, which is sad. But it's just, you know, it's nice to see stuff being worked on, you know, after, you know, such a long wait. After such a long wait of drought of content, to see tons of stuff coming back, you know. Super cool. Super, super cool. Oh, God. As the video continues on, my driving gets worse. But yeah, that's about it, really. I don't really have anything else to really say. So, I guess see you all. And I'll probably be out when I make a video on that horror series I was talking about before. That'll probably maybe be my next video. Maybe, I don't know. There's other stuff I want to do. There's tons of ideas that I want to do, and tons of like things I want to talk about. I just don't know if it's big enough to make it a full-on video. Like, I mean, this one, I'm not even entirely sure. I mean, I had tons of things planned, forgot about them when it was like fresh in my head. But I'm pretty hyped for Insecurity. I'm very excited. But I haven't really heard people really talking about it, to be honest. I have not heard people talk about Insecurity a lot. And to be honest, I don't really know why. It just doesn't seem to be as big on people's minds. Maybe it's just because the Murder Drones community is just a lot smaller than maybe like other ones. The fact that Knights of Guinevere just got greenlit. You know, there's tons of other stuff going on the indie animation sphere right now. So maybe it was just announced at a bad time to where people just kind of forgot about it. But yeah, that's about it. See you all, I guess. Bye-bye.